Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach coming to you in the beautiful Destin, Florida. And I just got back from an amazing world tour. Well, it's not a world tour, but as it could be a world tour with the Classic Climb Tour. Shout out to Erica Williams for the Classic Climb Tour and ATL. Shout out to Tim Jackson. Shout out to Andre Hackett. Shout out to Todd the Billionaire. Shout out to James King. Shout out to all my friends who did an amazing speaking job and sharing the wealth of freedom to people. And all it takes is 4 words that you got to do. They're dirty little words. The first one is discipline. The second one is accountability. The third one is plug into a system that's successful. And the fourth one is do the work. And when you do that, you can achieve the pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. And then you can come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. So check this out. Literally, I was just in the ATL last night speaking on stage with my friends. And now, because I took the time to build the ABCs of wealth, to achieve the common sense strategy to achieve an American dream, I now have this. Look at that. Yeah, man. Isn't that something? So you can have this too. But let me tell you a little tip. You have to master the hard things in life while you're young, and life gets easier. You master the easy things in life, and life gets hard as hell, almost impossible to live the older you get. So I'm going to say that again. Master the hard things in life when you're young, and life gets easier, and it gets like this for you for the rest of your life. That's what I'm talking about. So you can have it too. All you got to do is come join us. And it's real simple. I wrote this book in 20 years of success. And it's a common sense strategy of achieving the American dream. And you too can come out here and enjoy this amazing lifestyle. So if you want to do that, get this book right now below, The ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy Achieving American Dream. It's 20 years in the making to help you achieve the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. And you can come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. I'm DJ the Money Coach. I'll see you on the beaches of the world because you deserve it, have it as well. And all you got to do is achieve 4 dirty little words: discipline, accountability, plug into the system, and go to work. And you too can have the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. So hit that link below. The first 10 people to get the book, The ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy Achieving American Dream, you get an autographed copy. And I'll even give you a 10-minute complimentary consultation for the first 10 because that's the kind of guy I am to help you achieve the American dream. I'll see you next time.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series, brought to you by the 7 Spheres of Money. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us this evening. And before we get into the topic, go ahead and like the video, share it, and subscribe to the 7 Spheres of Money on YouTube. Help us to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can spread this message of financial freedom and the pom-pom lifestyle and this real talk that we bring to you every week. So, man, DJ is moving and grooving over there. And, that must mean he's excited, man. You excited, DJ?
Man, dude, I'm so excited, boy. It's great to be alive. It's great to be black. It's great to be a man. And it's great to have access to opportunities that the average person doesn't. And it's great to have people that believe in the same principles that we believe in. And it's also, most importantly, it's greater to even help people who are less fortunate than we are. That's what I'm excited about, man. I mean, We coming into our own, and we touching those people who need to be touched by the word that we have to share with them. That's what I'm excited about, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. So they're picking up what we're putting down, pretty much.
There you go, man. There you go. As somebody said, "Hey, man, stay in your lane." That's what we're doing.
Yep.
We are just, attracting to us what we are. And if you're about that real, you're about being honest, transparent, and being true to yourself, then this is the show for you. This is the program for you. And this is the system and the organization for you.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So that's what I'm excited about, man. Life is great. It is great.
It is. Yes, it is.
As my shirt say, I am my ancestors. Life is great.
Yes, it is. Yes, indeed.
Hey, let's get on with the show, man, and bring that A game to them.
Oh yeah. Of course, we got a good one for them tonight. I mean, you all see it in the title. We're talking about the quote unquote blackout. That occurred earlier this week with the popular social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp, the communication platform. And man, people were acting the fool when when those apps went off, or those websites went off for several hours earlier this week. They were all flooding over to Twitter to see what happened. They didn't know what to do with themselves. Man, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, man, y'all down this bad, acting like this because these apps weren't working for you couldn't go a full day without them. I'm like, this is crazy. So just seeing how people were behaving, just reminded me of how addicted people become to these social media sites. And I actually did a little bit of research on this because I did a project with one of my classes the year before last, about technology, because teenagers, they spend a lot of time on their devices, on their phones. It's a hard time to get them to put them away in school and all of that. So I decided to start the school year off, having them look into that. And one of the things that they learned is that the chemical that the body gives off when it reacts to reactions or messages or likes on social media is the same chemical that's given off when people take cocaine, the dopamine effect. So when someone posts a picture or a post, and those likes start coming in, and then their excitement increases. They start to feel good about themselves until that feeling finally wears off, and then they're looking to achieve that feeling again. So they go to post something else, and it essentially becomes an addiction. Almost like they're taking a hard drug. Like cocaine or something like that. So seeing how people were reacting to Facebook and Instagram being down for a few hours this week, just reminded me of this message that we can't allow ourselves to become addicted to social media, for several reasons, in relating it to business and productivity. It's a time waster. It's definitely a time waster, and you may not realize it because you may not spend several hours in one sitting. But if you think about how many times someone picks up their phone throughout the day to scroll through social media, and you add up all those minutes, you'll be surprised how many hours and how much time you spend scrolling through social media. I know a couple of the phones have apps where it tracks how much screen time you're using, and when people use those apps, they're generally very surprised at how much time they're spending on their social media. I know DJ, you never been on social media, and even now for the business, I handle most of the social media stuff. But when we get to the business part, we'll talk about the importance of ownership, and owning your audience and not over relying on social media, So yeah, man, it was crazy, crazy how people were acting up this week, man.
Yeah, that's funny you said that because I am clueless to what you're talking about right now. To be totally honest,
Yeah.
I like you said, I'm not on social media, so when that happened, you know what? I think I saw an email came through, and I think I was at the DMV. I was like, okay,
yeah, don't have
whatever.
any impact on you.
And I just deleted the email, and I went back to listening to the book that I was reading on Audible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, but it doesn't surprise me because we live in a herd mentality culture. Most people are lemmies and sheep. I hate to keep it a buck with you. Um, if you're living vicariously through somebody else on these platforms, and scientifically they are made to make them addictive to you because the creators of these apps and the apparatuses, apparati, if that's the proper plural conjugation of the word, the cats who make the iPhone, the tablets, and all that, they don't even allow their own children to get on these platforms. Think about that for a minute. They don't even allow their own children to get on these platforms. Because number one, it shortens your attention span drastically. Number two, it puts you in a zombie mode. So when that thing shut off, it's like literally taking a IV out of your vein, and it's like you're having, what is it when you what they call it when you come off the drugs? Withdrawals. You're having massive withdrawal, man.
Yep.
So now you start going out and doing crazy stuff because it's like being plugged into the matrix. So when all that stuff happens, since I do a lot of reading, studying, keep my mind on my business, I was oblivious to that, man. And I purposely, my children may get on a little bit. They spend a little bit more time, but they really don't. So it didn't affect them. But the reality is that just tells you about you're being programmed. And maybe you should unplug that stuff and go off the grid for a couple of days and get your life back.
Yep.
And if you think about this, a lot of the stuff that's happening right now in today's environment, in this era, in this fake, bullying, pressures, and stuff like that, it all comes from these social platforms from people who don't have a life.
Yep. Yep. Because they think about how much when you see them going back and forth, in the comments, or you see how often they're posting or arguing with people in the comments section. It's like how do you got a lot of time on your hands to be doing that because it seems like all the time it's like the same people going at it.
Yeah, man. I mean, every time, man, again, look inside yourself and find something that you can do that you can add value to yourself first, instead of getting on these platforms. And this stuff is, man, it's just gotten out of hand. But the other thing to me, what I thought about was that those same people who are criticized and everything, they really didn't have anything negative to say about those platforms being down. Let us not deliver on something as small as getting the book out on time to somebody. Dude, we get 1,000 emails, we get 100 calls, and mind you, you may have given us the wrong address to send the book to you. But now we got to be responsible for that for you. I'm just saying.
Hey, it is what it is.
So since we don't get on those platforms, I don't concern myself with what people got to say.
Right.
I mean, that's the truth of it.
Yeah. Then Leonard Ray said a few weeks ago that, you know, if they not paying my bills, I don't care what they saying about me on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully, how long was it down? How many hours?
I want to say it was about 7 hours. I think if I'm correct.
So
yeah. I think it was about
my
7
question:
hours.
did the world stop?
I'm sure people felt like it did, even though it didn't. they were sure acting like it stopped.
I mean, so it stopped during the day, during the regular work day, during the afternoon, right? Some from early morning to
during the day.
So what were the children that are in, you know, grade school, elementary school, junior school, high school, and college doing that they were concerned about it being down anyway? I mean, what did your students do? I mean, I'm sure you weren't letting them get on social media while they were in your class.
Well, I mean, I don't think we knew. You know, I didn't know it was down. So
right.
I don't think we knew it was down at the time.
That's my point.
Yeah. But I mean, as soon as I got out of school, you know, I saw all the hysteria. You know, not so much from, you know, the kids, you know, the teens. It was more like the millennials and the you know, the Generation Zers. You know, they were the ones that were going crazy.
I guess they lost millions of dollars. That's what it was. They lost millions of dollars. They couldn't TikTok. They couldn't do Discord / whatever it's called.
Slack.
The
women, the models, they couldn't post their half naked pictures on Instagram.
Right. They couldn't. What is that program they have that they call where they pay to make you show them stuff? What is it? It's called. Can't even remember because I don't get on those things. But I know I found out this the other day where these clowns are they call them Forever Friends or something.
We talking about OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
So that the OnlyFans not be able to see a butt, a leg, a thigh for several hours.
Yeah, no, I don't think it affected OnlyFans. It was Instagram and Facebook. See, thing about Instagram is that
Instagram is owned by Facebook or is owned by Google or which one?
Well, Instagram and Facebook, they're, you know, under the same umbrella.
So that means then Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so, and WhatsApp. You know, WhatsApp is the communication one where you can text or call people, you know, overseas and all of that. So no, it didn't affect OnlyFans. You know, OnlyFans is for the explicit content, but, you know, for like your PG-13 rated R content, they put that on Instagram. So a lot of the people that were banking off of that, you know, I'm sure they were.
So those people, so were there any? I mean, and not being joking, but did anybody harm themselves since they so addicted to these mediums?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I hope not.
Several hours that somebody went out and harmed themselves.
I hope.
I would hope that didn't happen because we're so addicted to stuff. I mean, I remember when they showed the study where people are so addicted to these social media platforms, they just walk into the street and get hit. Literally walk off the cliff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, wow, man, what's so powerful that you can't take your face off that apparatus and you outside an environment that you put yourself in jeopardy and harm's way?
Attention is the new valueless currency.
Right. So what they probably should do is turn that stuff off. You know, just like they used to turn TV off back in the day.
Yeah, it went off. TV went off.
Right. When TV went, I mean, imagine this. TV used to go off.
Yeah, it went
like
off
1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to the white noise, and TV's off, baby.
Yeah, it just went off. Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can do. TV's off. So maybe they ought to do the same thing with those social mediums, is turn that stuff off, man. Let them people get back to, you know, some semblance of real normalcy that they can think, talk, and walk for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They call those you know, the few people that do those. They call those detoxes, I believe. Social media detoxes or fast. That's
Wow.
that's the name. Yeah, that's the name that they call them these days.
Wow.
You know, so some people do 30 days. You know, they'll do a month to get off of it, and because it's like you said, it's people find themselves in precarious situations. Not paying attention to their surroundings, and also it harms their mental health too, because they're comparing themselves to what they're seeing on there, and
Right.
in their
a lot of fake images, and they don't even realize that when they're watching that stuff, especially if it's a piece that somebody put together, that person might have edited that video, took 10 hours to edit to make it perfect, and you trying to compete with that. I mean, how you gonna compete with that? You think they come out here and everything's perfect and synchronized right off the jump, and you trying to learn and do it? Come on, man.
Yeah. And I found a lot of these influencers aren't actually happy. They look happy, and these people who are like food bloggers and travel bloggers. They're not actually enjoying those experiences because they're more focused on making
right, because they got to continue to one up and make one better to keep building their audience or keep them to retain their audience.
Yeah,
that's a lot of work. I mean, like I said, when we were out at the speaking engagement, I said, if you think the person that put this on is able to relax and enjoy this event, you'll be fooling yourself, because they got a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Any little bitty thing go wrong, everybody jumping on them.
Yeah.
And this is
yeah. Not only do they don't get to relax, but they have to put on the face that they are, relaxing and enjoying themselves too at the same time.
And maybe a small percentage of them can be 100% themselves on that platform and that environment, but that's very rare, man. Very rare, because that's when you don't give up. What?
Right.
That you don't care because you're totally confident in yourself and what you bring to the table, that you really don't give a care what somebody got to say, because you giving your all and you being the best you can be. And if they don't like it, hey man, go take a long walk off a short pier. Because your wood is wet, baby. And wet wood sinks. So in the end game part, it's good that platform went down for 7 hours and allowed you to unplug and, like you say, socially detox and get back to doing something that's really adding value to your life for the people and for yourself.
Yep.
I mean, because that messes up your ability to be a critical thinker.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the books behind you, man. I mean, yeah, I was listening to Audible. That's to save me some time. But you still got to open up that book and let them synapses fire and keep them engaged, especially when you get older. That eliminates you from, being developing dementia, Alzheimer's, and stuff like that. And we just don't realize that, man. I mean, we quick, fast, road rage, social media rage, and that's what you're basically talking about. Those people were raging because they were been so plugged into this system that basically had them zombieized. They didn't know what to do, man. It's like trying to get off sugar.
Yeah. Yep.
The most addictive drug on the planet, man, sugar. But I guess social media is, battling for first place too. And there's so many different angles you can go with the social media, down part. But what's the positive part is that we can now get back to one-on-one relationships, engaging with people.
Yeah.
And instead of living separate, but you live right beside the person, but you never talk to them. And I even find this sometimes, even with the ability to text and in my own home, and I want to, call my children and they're upstairs, I'll get lazy and be like, man, let me call them on the phone. Back in the day, man, you either yell or you go walk up the flight of stairs. We shortcutting the shortcut so much so, man, that we're losing our souls in the process.
Yeah.
That's the hard part about it, and that's purposely designed to be that way. I mean, think about it. If you had to literally think hard every day about things that you were doing and be deliberate, and you didn't have this uh, crutch to enable you. And even when you're doing the text and what they call it when the words pop up and they auto spell and stuff where you're trying to figure out what words to put together and then it gets wrong. It's like, man, come on, man. Come on at the end of the day. And I don't know, man. I mean, this is a subject that really baffles me because I'm not in that lane.
Right.
And I'm never going to be in that lane. And if I find myself drifting in that lane, I'm going to plug out because I don't like feeling like I'm numb and I'm controlled by something. So that makes it hard for me personally because I like to be in control of all my faculties at all times. Even when I have a little, adult beverage, I'm still like, man, dude, if this numbing me and making me do something that I normally wouldn't do, then I don't want to have any regrets.
You want to pull it back a little bit.
Right. And it's so funny. I think they have an app now that can actually allow you to, fly off the deep end. Then it'll double check what you do before it sends it out for you. I think I saw some.
Oh man.
I mean, man, we get so dumb in this society, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's totally ridiculous. But I would say for the people who have young children, those millennials, they should sit down and have some family time and just engage in dialogue. Sit down at the dinner table and have a conversation and put the phones in a box for an hour or two and engage yourself. Go back to playing some old school games, Scrabble,
right,
Monopoly, Boggle, Pictionary, Sorry, Battleship. But we really don't want to be socially engaging with people. We just want to have information going across the informational highway. We really don't want to get to know anybody anymore. And that actually leads to the separation in our society amongst everyone right now. Because we're so locked into this apparatus that we can't have a normal dialogue. We can't even speak in complete sentences anymore. It's sad, man. And I know I hear y'all right now, but you guys are on this platform talking to us right now. You're right. Guess what? Get yourself a life. So with that said, hey, like, share, subscribe.
Yep. That's a good one. I see what you did. I see what you did there.
Oh man. Yeah, man. So hey, man, I'm gonna let you lead this one, man. I'm just gonna follow your lead, brother.
It's all good. It's all good. I think this is a good spot to go to a commercial, and then we'll come back and talk about business, the implications of business. So we talked about, the personal and the family life, and the social interactions. So when we come back, we could talk about how this relates to business.
Absolutely. That's a subject I can relate to.
Yeah, there you go. That's the bread and butter right there. All right, so we'll be right back on Nick's Knowledge and Notions.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is DJ, the Money Coach of my hometown of Chicago. And right behind me, freedom ain't free. You got to demand justice. You know what justice is? It's financial independence, consumer debt freedom, and it's the pom-pom lifestyle. So come join us on the Beaches of the World Club, and let's go all around the world and be free. 100% me, and not a second-rate duplication of somebody else. I'm DJ, the Money Coach. Come join us in the pom-pom lifestyle. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Yeah. Welcome back. Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. We're talking about the social media blackout earlier this week that had everyone go crazy. but we didn't really notice it because we're not attached to social media. You know, we still, you know, we come from a time where we communicated traditionally. You know, we invested our time into other activities, so where we're not addicted or attached to these platforms. You know, so right before the break, we were talking about the implications and the lessons that we can take away from this in terms of our personal lives, and now we're going to relate this to business because we know a lot of businesses are tied to these social media sites. They do a lot of their advertising. They even do a lot of their sales and their contacts with their clients, and they put out content to their audiences using social media. And oftentimes, you know, especially now, I see a lot of businesses. They'll have an Instagram page or they'll have a Facebook page, and they'll say, you know, go there. We don't have a website, so just go to our Instagram and then go to our Facebook. So, you know, another observation or lesson that came out of this blackout is that, you know, as an entrepreneur, you can't over rely on these social media platforms and just solely do business on the social media platforms, because you don't own it. You don't own it, so you don't have control over the technical issues that go on with it. And since you don't own it, the real owners can hit the switch on you at any time they feel like it, if they want to. So, you know, this is just a reminder. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't mean to interrupt, but here's a couple of nuggets for the audience from a business perspective. So, number one, what's your defensive strategy when uncontrollable things, acts of God, happen and impact your business negatively? Because, see, we never plan for that. The average person, even the real good person, doesn't plan that the business is going to be down, going to be stopped. But the real great person, the real winner, does. So what does that mean to you? So let me drop you a couple of nuggets. Number one, if you had certain types of insurances, products for interruptions on all mediums, you would still get paid. Number two, if you don't have those in place, then get them in place for the next time, because it's going to happen again. It's human. It happens. The third thing is, now you have the ability, if you're spending money on ads and campaigns to Facebook, IG, Google, Yahoo, whatever the social media platform is, you have the right to call them as your vendor and negotiate down loss of revenues. Now, they may not initially, secondly, thirdly, fourthly, respond to your request, but if you have a plan of action in place and you're able to show them quantifiable information that your loss of revenues that you consistently get between this time frame, demographics, proof of sales, receipts, what you're paying for them, you can get money back. And I hear you. You saying, DJ, no, they won't give me. Guess what? I've been doing this for two decades. And every time there's an interruption on a platform that I can't control, internet, Wi-Fi, act of God, cable down in the neighborhood, whatever, I have a script and a strategy to go recoup my losses from that person that I couldn't control their platform. And in the media world, when a person plays an ad and it is interrupted, or it is trying to remember what the word is called, but immediately they forget to run your ad, there's an automatic reciprocal indemnified scenario to give you back your time and your money. So right now I'm talking to you small entrepreneurs who don't realize that you can do this. You should immediately contact the rep who you're paying these ads through, have your receipts, and compare to customary and ordinary times in that same point of day, that when your ads were running, how many ads were typically shown, what your conversion rate, how much revenue you made from the previous month, week, day, time stamped. And you can now argue your case. And 9 out of 10 times, if you do it right and you don't take no the first 2, 3, 4 times, you'll get some remunerations and reciprocation and money back from them, or you'll get added services at no additional charge. That's directly how you are responsible for your business. And then if you're super smart and you're expecting to grow a big business, and let's call a big business $250,000 a year. I'm going to go out and take my account receivables or my median sales that I get every month that I can stack for 6 months in a row, and I'm actually going to insure those. And I'm going to insure those through what's called income interruption insurance, where you can actually insure your account receivables and get paid 2/3 of them anytime there's any interruption, act of God, et cetera, that affects your business that you have no control over. Now, the only people that are going to do this, Nick, are the ones that are really serious about growing a sustainable business. And they're not hustling, but they're business owners through systems, accountability, and operations. So that impact, albeit it may have been drastic and could have been detrimental to your business, if you had a defensive strategy in place to prepare for the unknown, which always happens, you would have been better than 98% of people who were blacked out for, what you say, 5-7 hours on those platforms. Because again, that was what? That was on Wednesday, or what day was that? I don't even know what day it was. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was one of those days. Yeah, it was earlier in the week.
I think it was Wednesday too, because whatever. I think it was Wednesday. I think that was the day I was at the DMV. But what I'm able to do, I'm able to go to my accounts receivable office. I'm able to take inventory of my ledger of the same timestamp, the same day of the week, at the same time, and measure what my sales. And if that happened during peak, because everybody has a peak time when they generate sales on these businesses. Like today on Friday, people are getting paid and people are running, nice little ads, and they usually coop X amount of sales. So I'm able to show that to the vendor whose service went down that I had no control of, and then I can negotiate monies back that I can recoup. And then if I have this awesome insurance product, I can tap into that as well. So again, that's what a smart business person does. And check this out, Nick. 99% of people that I've talked to on this platform, when I talk to them one-on-one and they heard me for the first time, they ain't never heard of that. And I'm talking about some people that made $500,000 a year. Yet alone the ones that making 50, 60, 70, 100, $500,000. Never even heard of it. This works, ladies and gentlemen, just like Lloyd's of London policies. And you say, well, DJ, how you know that? Because guess what? I give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. How I can guarantee you why I know this? Because guess what? It happened to me 20 years ago. And then I found out that these types of vehicles are in place, so I can actually educate you and give you this free nugget to protect you from a defensive strategy that becomes an offensive strategy. Because again, we get on these platforms in a business standpoint, all we thinking about is how much money I'm gonna make. We don't think about how much I'm gonna keep, how much I'm gonna save, how much I'm gonna invest, and most importantly, how much I'm gonna protect from the IRS, catastrophic events, acts of God, the pandemic, the COVID. We don't think about that. We only think about what it can become and not about how we protect and how we create that moat. So again, directly to the business side, these are first 2, 3 strategies and lines of protection and hedging your bets. Just like an investor who does options will have some puts, have some calls. Because if the market goes up, it don't stay up, it's going to come back down. And if the market's going back down, it's going to come back up. That's called hedging. So what those people in business, if they didn't know, they should learn and apply it and know this. Historically, it's going to happen again. So plan for a rainy day. I.e., That's what an emergency fund is. Nobody wants to spend that money, but guess what? I can guarantee you something like this is going to happen. Only thing that we can guarantee, Nick, in business is that things will change. I can show you that we can get you a 12% return based on some things we've done in the past, but I can't guarantee you, even with an annuity, I can only guarantee that for a certain period of time. So why not have a defensive strategy in place so your business would not be offset by these events? That's the reason why they created insurance in the first place. And it's not having it out of fear. It's just being prudent, wise, and protecting your shareholders. These are some of the things you should do so when it happens, you don't get stressed out about it because you got a plan in place. And then you have an analog plan in place. Guess what? When they have blackouts, what do smart people have? Generators. And if it's happened more than once and you don't have a generator, you deserve what you get. And even so, now to the day, they have solar generators that can charge up. And now they're more protective to the environment where you don't have to have gas fumes smelling it because you got a solar panel generator. So the lesson to learn from the business standpoint and even from the personal standpoint, always prepare for the unknown because it will happen always at the most inconvenient time. So this reminds me, I think, was it in February when we had the cold winter storm here and all our power went out? But I still did the Erica Williams show.
Yep.
99% of people was like, man, what? Because guess what? I gave my word to be on that show. So I sat in my driveway, turned all my power on in my car, and the show must go on. So now let's flip that script. How can I make money from it? I.e., in COVID, all of a sudden, guess what? People started making money off of these things. Sanitizer. So now if I'm a business-minded person, wow, how can I plan and make money off of these catastrophic events? And I hear you, man, that's crass, man. Why would you? Hey, it happens. Somebody's going to need a service. Why not provide it? And when you provide it, you're going to be able to get whatever price you ask for because it's an urgent situation. So now you can flip the script and become a specialist in a catastrophic event or a blackout, and you can make a lot of money. But how many people think like that? Not most people, because they're not real entrepreneurs. They're wannabe entrepreneurs who have a job, and ain't nothing wrong with that, having that job, and I will work the hell out of that job as I'm doing it. But real entrepreneurs who actually don't have jobs and actually out there, they don't only make money when they actually move a product or a service, or they have a residual platform set up that pays them every month because they have to think, I only eat what I kill. This is the power of these 6 inches between your ears, brother. That's how you look at this. And I'm always looking at it half full, not half empty.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because most people would spin down that negative road and woe is me, downer Debbie, all that stuff. But hey, man, look on the upside of what opportunity comes out of this. And now you could do, disaster recovery. Big business, niche oriented. Because you better believe over there at Facebook and IG, whoever's servicing that contract or who was and dropped the ball, somebody came in, they're going to get an even bigger, better deal. Because that impacted billions of people for those several hours. That's how you attack it from a business perspective. And I know what you're saying. Well, if it never happens, that's money and resources that you plan, and it's better, like they said, only good time to have insurance is when you have a catastrophic event. But hey, if you don't need it, it's just good to know I got it anyway. And if you plan when you start your business, instead of running out with ignorance on fire, and you actually put a business plan together, put some steps together and some strategies, and mapped it out, this would have been part of your original plan in the first place if you weren't desperate in your origin to make money. And most people are not, or have the luxury, Nick, to actually plan it like that. But most time when they get off the runway and they start having business, they still don't even consider that because they think it's always going to be sunshine. But the sunshine doesn't last all day. And again, look at it from a half full cup versus a half empty cup perspective. That's the way you go about it from a business standpoint. And then if you were to advise and get advice from a real business professional who's been there, done that, you'd be in a better position. Backup plan. It's just like they say, when the hurricane or the tornado, you practice, or fire. You put practice, positions and strategies and plans and exit strategies to get out of a bad situation where you don't panic. That's the way to go about it from a business perspective.
Yep. There you have it. There you have it. Yep. Yeah, and there's and of course there's always opportunities when blood is in the streets too. Of course you want to go to your advisor, consult with your advisor, but there's also opportunities there as well. You mentioned the puts and the options, just little things that seem little like that cause major waves in the markets too.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll cause people to panic, or people that know what's going on, they'll relax.
Oh yeah. And here's another thing. So if you're in the second position, to IG or Facebook, here's another book that I read way back in the day. It's called How to Survive Amongst the Sharks by a guy named Harvey McKay. And he said, hey man, if you can't be number one, always be in position to be number two, because number one will have something that goes wrong and they will need the number two to step into position number one. What does that sound like? Backup quarterback. Guess what? My team lost last night. Seattle Seahawks, right? But Geno Smith, because Russell Wilson jammed or maybe tore or strained a ligament in his throwing finger because his finger hit the helmet of Errol Donald and he couldn't grip the ball. And Geno Smith was ready mentally, stepped on the field and marched them 98 yards to score a touchdown, bro. He was in position as the number two guy to come in and play the role as good and maybe better than how my boy Russ played it in that one situation. And he actually put 10 straight points on the board for Seattle and got them right down in position to win because he was mentally prepared. He practiced. So if you can't be number one, be number two, because number one at some point in time is going to have something happen that allows number two to slide in to become a number one. So whoever the competition is to Facebook and IG, guess what? I'm now taking that and promoting that commercials ad to say, hey, they had a blackout. You might want to get with us. And whatever your record is not having any might generate you some business.
Yep.
So you can spend this for a major positive.
Yep. For sure.
Major positive, bro. So again, you learn more when you lose than when you win, because you have to literally be critically constructive looking at what you didn't do right so that you get it right the next time. And another thing is, if you've been winning all the time, then maybe you should basically step aside and look at what you're doing right and be grateful for the things that you have so that you don't take your patrons for granted. I mean, think about that. So now you better believe the people at Facebook, the people at IG, oh, dude, they were having coming to Jesus conversations, or they were like, like, oh, it's no big deal. And I think I heard somebody was like, oh man, nobody's complaining about these platforms being out. But trust me, there are some people getting fired, got fired, getting replaced because of that. So the moral of the story, if you are the competitor looking, always be over prepared. You never know when your opportunity to arise, and you only got one shot to impress in these situations, and you better bring your A+ game. And it was so funny, Nick. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about how people get these great opportunities, jobs. I said most time people who get these high-end jobs, they're usually not the first choice that most people pick, because usually the first choice is so sought after. They got more opportunities, so they turn down, and then there man, you got a shot. I ain't gonna be upset because I was your second or third choice, but it was the dream job for me or the dream contract. I'm gonna be grateful and knock it out the park. But most people, they get negative. Oh man, I wasn't the first choice. But the question is, was that your first choice? Was that on your bucket list? Was that the contract that you knew could change your family's, financial legacy? And what do I care even if I was the 10th person and all the other 9 already had better opportunities, but this was the opportunity I wanted? Man, I'm going to treat it like I was their number 1 draft choice. And I'm going to knock it out the park, bro. And be grateful for it. Mm-hmm. Instead of becoming resentful and hating, oh man, hey bro, if that's your dream job, your dream contract, then treat it like that. And let them know how grateful you are. And I can give you an example in the sports analogy is Ed Ogeron, who's the coach of the LSU Tigers. He was at University of Southern California. I think he was at Mississippi State, and he was put in as interim coach at least twice that I remember in the last 10 years, and did a great job. And then they didn't hire him as the main coach. And then he stumbled over here to LSU. Next thing you know, he won them a national championship.
Wow.
And the irony of it is now, LSU is off to a slow start, and just 2 years removed from him winning the national championship, and they talking about letting him go.
Wow.
Cold world, bro. So don't get mad either way is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Be happy, be grateful, be prepared, and find the rose amongst the thorns.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. There you
That's
go.
the only way to look about it. And I think what was the other subtitle to the business piece? Did I cover the other piece? Because you said how does it impact the business and what else?
Yeah, that was the first segment, the personal, your personal life. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So,
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, we could let's go to another commercial and then come back with the closing thoughts, and then we could talk to the people about what we have available to them. The specials that we got running, for the folks out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got some great stuff for them. So yeah, hey, yeah, man. Hey, like, share, subscribe, and share this immediately with 5 people right now and tell them to plug in, because this is the truth that you need to get your life right and to have the opportunity to have that pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind, and there's no power like being financially independent, debt-free, with a great credit score and access to mentorship and access to all the resources that money could buy to make your life better. 98% of the things that we do on this planet, Nick, are impacted by money. That's just the reality of it. And if you can take care of that early, the older you get, life gets easier. If you can't take care of it early, the older you get, life becomes a struggle. So with that said, hey, we'll be right back. You're watching Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Q, baby.
Yep, you know it. We'll be right back.
free copy of my new best-selling book, Commercial Real Estate Investing for Beginners.
Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach. Don't touch that dial. You want to become financially independent? You want to have consumer debt freedom? You want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We've worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit scores by 30 to 60 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses through real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that'll teach you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and it puts you in position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that, and I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle that's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
What if I told you it was possible to create
All right. Welcome back to Nick's Knowledge and Notions NQ Science Series. We're talking about the social media blackout and the lessons that we can take away from it, for our personal lives as well as our business lives. So we talked about our personal lives in the first segment. Second segment, we talked about the implications for business, as entrepreneurs, and then now we're going to bring it on home, tie it all together, and then let you all know what we have available to you. You got a little sneak peek of that, from that commercial you just saw, but we got a lot more that we're bringing to you all, for a limited time. So we're gonna let you know what we got coming.
Absolutely. So, with that said, Nick, we always want to add value to our people. So we had a great show yesterday on Bet on Black, the men, the family, the legacy. We had our world-renowned CPA extraordinaire, James Lane Jr., CPA of 30 plus years, who's done tax returns for ExxonMobil, done it for consulting firms, done it for the Oakland County and City of Oakland in Oakland, California. And so we thought it'd be a great value for you guys to actually get a consultation with James Lane. If you own a small business, tax returns are due on October 15th. And what you also should be doing is planning, and what he said, which is amazing, forecasting what type of income you're going to make the following 12 months, so you can actually pay the least amount of legal taxes with the proper entity structure in place. So James has agreed to let you guys, have a consultation with him for a good 15-20 minutes. And we're going to throw in a consultation with Melvin Hobson, our registered investment advisor, 18 years, who manages millions of dollars. He's also SPHR certified, which is the certification that you actually advise from a human resource standpoint for best business practices, and 401ks and 403bs, 457s, 401as as well. So we're going to wrap and give you Melvin Hobson to actually work with you as well in a consultation. And then we're going to throw in DJ, the Money Coach, yours truly, and give you guys a rounded out value add. It's going to be roughly about 60 minutes that normally is about $500 in real talk value on the personal side, and on corporate side, it's like $1,500. And we're going to provide that to you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for less than $50. So you're going to get 4 consultations for an hour worth of time that's valued at $500 on personal side, and corporate America up to $1,500 for an hour. And you're going to get that for a limited time for the first 10 people that hit the link below. You'll get it for less than $50. So it's actually $49. And you can get plugged in right now. Ask us any type of question that you have pertaining to personal finance, business finance, corporate structure, tax laws, financial planning, which vehicles to utilize, when to utilize them, how to exit in, how to exit out, how to begin them, how to put real estate in them, how to protect yourself with LPs, general partnerships, C corporations, X corporations, LLCs, etc. You'll get a total of 100 years of expertise proven by taking advantage of this special opportunity right now. And then on top of that, if you're really looking to get your asset column, working really good for you and generate some passive income, we're actually going to provide you guys with access to this amazing vehicle that we're doing with mobile homes, where it's going to be put together like a mutual fund, and you'll be able to develop passive income by 1 to 4 mobile homes a year, and then get yourself on the way to paying down all your debt and become financially independent. And all you got to do is plug into a webinar that we'll provide for you as well. And those links will be right below in the description box. So there's amazing things. And on top of that, last but not least, you'll still be able to get the phenomenal new book, ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy Achieving the American Dream, which actually is 26 strategies that I developed over my 20-year career in financial services, financial education. And each letter is actually a specific strategy on how you can actually utilize it for your benefit to leverage the playing field, have access, mentorship, and resources that can make your business better, make your life better, and actually provide you with the blueprint and the how-tos of getting things right in your circle. And all you got to do, hit the link below. And then on top of that, we put it all together for you. We're giving you all 3 of those with our Family Finance 101 3-hour 18-module course that's like an encyclopedia. You can get all of those over $1,500 value for less than $99. You get the book, the course, 4 consultations for less than $99. Matter of fact, I think it's less than that if I'm not mistaken, Nick. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's for the first 10 people. So if you're a person that's looking for that type of help, want to talk to somebody directly, and here's the great thing, ladies and gentlemen, you get to talk to me actually in person. You won't talk to one of our contractors. You won't talk to one of our employees. You will actually talk to me personally. You actually talk to James Lane personally. You actually talk to Melvin Hobson personally. And you actually will get our direct line via a Zoom call or our 1-800 number, and we'll answer any question that you have. And you get 3 questions to ask of us, specifically of what you're trying to accomplish is to getting out of debt, increase your credit score, and 60 points or less or higher in 30 days or less, get yourself out of financial debt and acquiring your first asset or building on the assets that you currently have to make yourself better positioned. And that way you will never live in fear, and you actually will never have to worry about a blackout, because you now have achieved the common sense strategy to achieve an American dream in the 7 spheres of money system with yours truly, DJ the Money Coach, our phenomenal CPA, James Lane Jr., and our phenomenal registered investment advisor, Melvin Hobson, who all together we have over 100 years of expertise and proven track record working with Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 50 companies, and Fortune 1000 companies in the last 2 decades. So hit that link below and you can check it out. And we actually have some amazing testimonies that people in the last 30 days, 45 days, 6 months that actually have subscribed to our programs and have been helped and are on the pathway to the pom-pom lifestyle. And some have achieved the pom-pom lifestyle. And some, like Nick, have become consumer debt free, paid off their cars in a short time of being plugged into our system. So we're here to help, and we're more than happy to be available to answer any questions. And is anything from a child perspective as well, is teach your children how to become a millionaire at the early age of 12 by putting some principles in place based on the rule of 72, and then also allowing you to get a tax write-off up to $12,000 a year. If you apply and you are qualified, we can show you how to do that and also get distributions and dividends, tax-free for $80,000 and less. And it's amazing. And like James Lane talked about yesterday, he can show you how to actually get literal line-to-line tax write-offs where you'll actually get checks back from the government from setting up your corporation the right way. So, man, I'm excited. As always, man, we're here to serve the people. And we're here to give the people what they want.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, So, yeah, we're bringing that value in more ways than one. We're bringing the value with the programs and the services, and we're also bringing you value, with this content every week, and all of this free game, along with the game that we charge only a nominal fee for. So, yeah, we're bringing the value to you, So,
definitely invest in yourself is what you should do. If you don't invest in yourself, man, you are missing the boat. Invest in yourself and plan, because people don't plan to fail. They just, fail to plan. So invest in yourself, surround yourself with a great team, and apply those 4 dirty little words. Number 1, discipline. Number 2, accountability. Number 3, plug into a proven tried system. And number 4, put your head down and go to work till the job is done. That's all. That's what it's all about. Absolutely. So that's it, bro. That's all I got for you tonight. Unless we got something else.
No, I think this might be a question here. I think it's a question. What separates your business credit from everyone else? I'm not sure if that's a question or a comment there.
Yeah, can you restate your question? What separates your biz credit from everyone else?
Yeah.
Are you asking us how can you separate your personal credit from your business credit and how to go about doing it the proper way? Is that what you're asking us, M. Sway?
Yeah. If you want to retype that in there before we
Right.
close out in the next
right.
30 seconds.
We will be more than happy to answer that for you. Those are some basic steps to actually get from that point A to point Z. So, for instance, if you want to have your personal credit separate from your business credit and you want to separate yourself from the masses to actually get more access to lines of credit, we can actually address that for you.
Yep. And I just got the contact information scrolling on the screen just in case we don't get to your question before we close out the show. You can always contact us by phone, email, social media. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is the clarified question. Okay, your question: your business credit is general or specific, like most online offers?
Is our business credit general or specific, like most online offers? Well, number 1, Sway, it's not generic from the simple fact that in order for you to actually talk to us, we actually require you to fill out a budget sheet and a survey. And that way we get right to the specifics of your true needs. And just like going to a doctor, I can evaluate where you are specifically and give you actual specific answers to your pressing issues. That's number 1. And then number 2, this particular offer is one that we've never done before. So we typically don't provide our CPA that's got 40 years of expertise working with ExxonMobil, doing billion-dollar tax returns and doing multi-million-dollar tax returns for small businesses that make $5 million or more a year. So we can actually show you step by step in this nice little, supreme offer, how to get yourself specifically online. And this is separate from any other offer that we've ever done before. And that's the reason why it's for the first 10. So if you're looking for how to create the business structure, how to get the proper business credit and separate from the personal credit and then make it more in tune to you customized, we can answer that for you. Now, let me preface this. We won't give you all the answers in a 1-hour consultation, but we will give you the framework and the blueprint to get started so that you can vet somebody that you can work with on a consistent basis to help you win. And that's really what you should be looking to do. And that's primarily what we do in the 7 spheres of money and professional middle class that nobody does. We vet the professionals in the 7 spheres of money. We vet them in accounting, insurance, business, estate planning, financial planning, mortgages, and life as well. And we actually make sure that they have 7 to 10 years of expertise proven in corporate America before we will recommend them to you. Or if you're working with somebody, we'll vet them for you. And that gets the dialogue started. So, hey, if that's what you're looking for, hit us up. Take advantage of the first 10 offers, and you'll be thoroughly impressed. And our track record speaks for itself. That's why we have thousands of people to give us testimonials all the time, because we stand above the rest. We're transparent and we're honest, and our experience trumps a lot of people's, YouTube scholar platforms.
Yep.
Yeah. Check. Hey, here's the great thing about us, Sway. You can check out our LinkedIn bio. The state of Illinois Attorney General's office didn't hire me to teach their young attorneys about finances if I wasn't the real deal. The state of Michigan State Senator's office didn't have me come in and teach about predatory lending if I wasn't the real deal. Montgomery Regional Airport in Alabama didn't have me come in and do financial education for the entire employees in October 2019 if I was not the real deal. The Federal Reserve Bank didn't have me come in and do financial education for them and the YMCA and RC Cola and Fannie Mae if I wasn't the real deal. So I'm not an internet guru. I am an expert in financial education and financial services for middle class America and corporate America. That's the difference between me and these so-called internet gurus.
Yep.
And another thing is I'm debt-free, 100% consumer debt-free. I have an 800 plus credit score for over 15 years, and I have a strong passive 6-figure income. Just happen to be facts.
Yeah.
So if you want to get down with that kind of team and you want to roll to the hole and don't have to worry about going backwards, and you ain't afraid of doing hard work, discipline, accountability, and plugging into a system, you might want to roll with us. But if you're afraid of those 4 things, you might not want to roll with us. Matter of fact, we won't roll with you anyway. But if you ain't afraid of doing some work, getting some discipline, plugging into a system, and giving a realistic time frame of achieving long-term success, then we the guys for you. So, man, I appreciate the question. I appreciate you rephrasing it. And, hey, we look forward to working with you.
Yep. That's right. Yes. So that being said, plug into the system and unplug from that social media for a little bit of time. Yeah. See, I like that. I brought it back to the topic there. Yeah, plug into the system and unplug from that social media. And starting reinvesting in yourself, and not only investing in yourself in terms of just monetary investments, but investing in the time, into developing yourself, into studying and reading and investing into others too. Getting back to those traditional ways of communicating with your family and with your neighbors, like DJ mentioned, and preparing your businesses, for the storms and the winters and the interruptions and the disruptions, and preparing yourself for those opportunities that may come, unexpectedly,
They coming.
Yeah, they come.
Here's the thing. Well, most people don't realize that every 12 to 18 months, 3 major things generally happens in a person's life. It can be major in a great way, or it might be major in a bad way. But these things happen consistently. and you should prepare for them.
Yep.
A defense wins championships in every aspect of life. That's a sports analogy, but the reality is it's factual. You know, after being on this planet for 5 decades, it ain't much that I haven't seen. Ain't what you make, baby, is what you keep.
Yep.
And that's why it allows you to keep peace of mind, plenty of money, debt-free, high credit scores. And that's why we roll to the hole. So, Nick, hey, man, you know how we end this show? Thank everybody for watching. Enjoy the replay. So, you know, subscribe, like, share with 5 people. And, hey, call us. That's old school. 866-395-3042. Here's the funny thing. That's the same toll-free number we've had for almost 20 years.
Wow.
M. Sway, thank you for giving us some great questions. We appreciate you for patronizing and watching our show. And hey, share it with other people so that we can help them. You know, we're more than happy to help anybody who's really willing to do the work at the end of the day.
Yes. You know, so as always, we wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. We want you to come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And your beach may not be next to sand or water, but your beach is where you find your personal freedom and your peace of mind. So we'll see you next week on the next episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series. Take care.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach. I'm sitting here in the middle of the Chicago highway. Look at this. Columbus Drive, the Buckingham Fountain, the skyline. It's amazing. The Prudential Building, the John Hancock Building, the Sears Tower, the Americana Congress Hotel, Columbia. Hey, you can only do this if you're free. That's right. And how do you get free? 4 dirty little words: discipline, accountability, plug into a system, go to work. 3 years to 5 years, you can be consumer debt free, 800 credit score, 6-figure passive income, and a 7-figure net worth if you're willing to do the work. And most importantly, you can keep it all. But you gotta plug in the system to be 100% you and get that pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. I'm DJ the Money Coach. I'll see you in the next webinar. Get free.
Hello, my name is Clarence. I'm with Great Lakes Property Management Group, and I just wanted today to give a testimonial on the ABCs of Wealth by Dale Duransberg. I call him DJ. Just wanted to say, as I was reading this, I was expecting something a little different. I thought it was going to be all nuts and bolts, because that's the kind of guy Dale is. Dale is all about the numbers, the numbers, the numbers. Well, this book turned out to be both a little bit of nuts and bolts, but a lot of motivation. So if you're someone that's on the fence, looking to get started, just trying to figure out how to do something or what to do, get motivated to get off that couch, I recommend you pick up this book. It's going to get you to move. The motivation, the nuggets that are in here is going to definitely help you in all things that you do in life. Good job, Dale. Love you, man.
Hi, I'm Markel. I work as a long-term forecast analyst for Disney Streaming. I met Dale at Erica's Classic Climb Tour in Atlanta and signed up for his services. Prior to that, I'd done a lot of research on my own to try to improve my finances, and I made some progress, but I was really stagnant and just not sure what to do next. So I was a bit apprehensive about sharing all my financial information and then having a discussion about it, but Dale made me feel very comfortable. He wasn't judgmental, and it was just my starting point. He explained to me how to get rid of my student loans, my old student loans that I thought were just insurmountable. He helped me with strategies to reduce my expenses. Reduce my expenses that don't make me feel like I'm sacrificing anything. And it's not the same information that you find like rehashed and repackaged over the internet. It's personalized advice. It considers your current situation, where you are, your goals, um, and your level of comfort. We put together a realistic plan of things that I can do immediately, things over the next few months, the next year, and then long term. I feel very optimistic and excited about my plan and that things are clear for me. And it also is motivating me to try to find more income to get to my goals even faster. Dale is very knowledgeable, very sharp. He was able to answer all of my questions, and anything that he felt like was out of his scope, he has like a network of people, professionals who are vetted that he uses himself and he can refer you to. I appreciate that he offers this service and like shares all of his real world knowledge and experience he's gained over many years in the business. I think that that's very valuable and not so easy to find. Dale is very passionate about what he does, and I highly recommend working with him.
Hello, my name is Tim from Southern California. Just want to give a testimony for DJ the Money Coach. Just had a recent consultation with him over the face-to-face Zoom call and gave me some valuable insight as far as financially wise and how to move forward with my life. And we'll recommend him to anybody and everybody if they want to improve their life financially as well. So definitely, again, nothing but great services and feedback. What I've received thus far from DJ the Money Coach, and I advise anybody and everybody about his services. Thank you.